Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the next episode of Joe Kelley's Psychedelic Experience. What's going on with you, my friend? Your old pal Joe here, joined once again by the great fan favorite Monty Mitchell. Back on the podcast, everybody.
Woo!
Number one favorite guest of all time on the podcast. What's up, Monty? How are you, buddy?
How many guests do you have though?
Oh, dude, you've been the only one for probably the past year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's pretty much, you're the only one. I can't remember the last time. I had Wagner and Lewis on before that, but that was definitely over a year and a half ago. Narado came on, John Burr. But yeah, other than that, it's just you. It's just you.
Right.
I don't want to make competition for you, Monty. I like you being the fan favorite. I think it's fair. You've done a lot for me in life and comedy, as far as giving me a path, giving me some kind of direction, looking out for me. So why would I have these bums who ain't done shit for me on the podcast? You know what I mean? These fucking bums ain't done a goddamn thing for nobody, not even themselves. So I figured I'd have Monty Mitchell on again.
We've had some fun throughout the years.
Boy,
we got stories. We've done a lot.
Yeah, we haven't done shit. We haven't done much lately. It seems
like
we ain't done nothing. We did came out. You did the show at Sonny's Patio Pub, my big headlining show in Nashville. Wow. You came out. If you remember that.
That was a good one.
It was. Yeah, we made it. It ended up. I was a little worried at first. You know what I mean? But yeah, you took the bull by the horns, or you took the drunk homeless man by the horns.
Yeah,
sure we had a good show.
That poor guy.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking our old buddy Zeb, Cyclops Zeb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Zebula.
Once I got home, I felt so bad about that. After I got home, I was like, man, I feel real bad. But what the fuck are you supposed to do? For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, our Zeb was like the first comedy, the first fan, you know what I mean, that either of us really had, right?
Yeah, he was open mics back in the day. He was at a lot of them and loved it, and he's always supportive. He just doesn't do it right.
Yeah,
he wants to be a part of the show, right? Yeah, he wasn't like that back in the day.
No.
But now he wants to be a part of the show. He wants to talk. You can't, all the stuff you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And he just shows up a little belligerent, just drunk. And he's excited. He's excited about it, He's excited about the show. And, so you celebrate a little, pre-game. And, yeah, poor fella.
Yeah,
but
I don't know where he went off the rails, but
he did. He was so excited to see you, and then he didn't even know I was going to be there, and so it was all, yeah. Bless his heart. It's just he really was though excited to see you. But we got it. The thing that impressed me most is that you had some fans from New Jersey that came in to see you.
Yeah.
At Sonny's.
Oh, yeah. That was, that's
dude, that's
Morgan.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She wasn't just in town for me specifically, I guess. But, she just wanted to get out of town for a little bit. She saw the show was going on. So she was like, I'll go hang out in Nashville for the weekend and catch the show or whatever.
You know what I think it was? I think she came to see you, but it happened to be Nashville. So she's like, well, I can go do this too. But I'm there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. But that was a good show. It was hot. Crowd was hot, and they loved you and ate you up. And so, what'd you do today? Anything good?
I did somebody else's podcast this afternoon. I did some work. I had a show. I was at Sonny's last night for that Wednesday kind of show or whatever they're doing now. I popped by Zany's for a little bit.
I'm on that April 5th.
There you go. Good.
Yeah.
It's a good spot, man. I'm really hoping something becomes of that room. It's a
good room.
It's
like it's intimate. And was it packed out last night?
No, they're still trying to figure out the Wednesday thing, because it was an open mic, and now it's kind of quasi booked or whatever. But I guess last week they had a real good turnout, and I think from going forward, I think he's going to book a couple less people and charge like $5 a ticket or something like that. Try and make it more of a real show. But I just think that's a great room. It is a good room. So we need something like that, like in town, like a smaller room, because we really don't have, outside of Zany's, like, you know, there's like breweries, and like there are some great brewery shows. Zach Townsend runs that real good show at Jackalope. Ben Sawyer runs the Yazoo show, and those are all great. But we don't have like another sort of comedy club or just kind of a nightclubby kind of feel for it. So I'm really hoping that Chris makes something out of that room, and I think he will. I think that room is going to be awesome, and we just need that, you know?
Yeah. Anything that you can get like real audience in outside of Zany's it's hard, and to have a legit crowd, which Ben Sawyer's doing that great with Yazoo. Mm-hmm. Last time I was out there, that place was packed. Most I've ever seen. And I asked somebody, I was like, man, this is like awesome. I have never seen it this full. I'm at the whole brewery. And they said, well, we did have a lot of, remember all the wind that came through a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
And they were like,
I was without power for 5 days.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I was sick. And
so that's what they were saying. They're like, half the town is without power, so that might be why they're here too. So I don't know.
It could be. I mean, that might have something to do with it. But yeah, it went out. I think early Friday morning, probably around like 10:30, and I didn't get it back until the following Wednesday at about 3 a.m.
What'd you do?
I mean, I didn't feel well, so I was just like, okay, I'm fine doing this. But then once Sunday hit and I was starting to feel better, it's like I just went back to, I resorted to my van living, Monty. I went to coffee shops and charged my laptops and shit and hung out there for a few hours, and then came back here and was hoping the power would be on. It wasn't, but you know, if the laptop has power, I just plug my phone in, charge it that way. But I was just chilling, you know, waiting. It felt helpless.
We had an ice storm, probably been 3 years ago, and it was about Valentine's. It was like a day after Valentine's, and the power went off for a day, and then it come back on for like 8 hours. And but we had set through. It was an ice storm, so it was super cold. And we went and bought a generator that next day, and was not going to be cold, you know, again. And then the power went off that night, and it didn't come back on for 3 days. But we had that generator, and oh my gosh, I mean, we went and bought some propane heaters.
Yeah.
And we run some electrical heaters, propane heaters, and we just stayed down here in the basement. And I had my Xbox. I run power up to my Wi-Fi, and we could play. We had internet and TV and heater, and that was it. The rest of the house, I mean, it was 40 degrees anywhere that you went in the house. And the whole road, though, some people just went. Our house actually stayed warmer than the rest of the houses that people that we talked to, but theirs were in the 30s. But anyways, they ended up going to a hotel and all that. And Casey was like, I'm not going to a hotel. And so we bought that generator. And now I'm like, bring on some weather. I haven't been able to use a generator in 3 years. I went and charged up the battery and made sure there was oil in it and everything whenever we got that wind. just in case, but we never lost power, so I haven't got to use it yet. Again,
just flip off the main switch in the old fuse box and just have some fun.
Just tell
with
her,
it. No,
tell her the power went out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't let her know and be like, "Oh no, the power went out." It's a beautiful sunny day. It's like, I don't know. Guess we got to use the generator.
But we said we'd never be cold again because that day that it went out, I mean, we had on, just layers of clothes that, neither one of us can take the cold. And so we were layered up. It's not fun, and then be sitting in the dark on the couch.
Oh yeah.
I think we played the Switch, Nintendo Switch, till the batteries went dead in it, and that was about all the entertainment that we had. I can't even remember what else that we did. How did we pass the time whenever the power went out?
Jesus.
Oh yeah, we did go to her dad's and drink. He had a fireplace, so we went over there and drank, but we won't do it again. We got that generator.
Yeah, I just wrote it out, man. It was cold, but I was like, all right. I just put my winter coat on and was just sitting on the couch going, well, this sucks. And I thought about getting a hotel, but I was like, nah, I'll just wait. And then that Tuesday, they all like the work trucks showed up probably around like 4:30. And I'm like, okay, great. It's going to be on in an hour, going to be on in no time. Haven't showered. Like, oh, I can't wait to get a shower. I was like, okay, I'm going to work out because I haven't been able to shower. So I wasn't working out just because didn't want to get all sweaty. So I worked out, and then it was still fucking 8 hours later before I thought it was going to be an easy thing. And then I was just sitting on the couch, with fucking nut sweat and back sweat going, God damn it, I fucked up so bad. Everything in my freezer unthawed. It was a fucking, it was a nightmare, but I wasn't going to get a hotel. I was just going to ride it out. Too used to not having power.
You didn't want to get a hotel. You said we're staying here, and we did.
You gotta hunker down.
He went 5 days without it. We went 4, right? That one day it come on, but still, and then we went 3 more days without it. How does that happen? How do they even get it on, and then it goes off for 3 more days? You had it. You're right there. So all the commercial areas had power. It's just the residentials, like your strip.
Dude, they showed up Friday when the power went out. And what are the trash can things called on the fucking telephone poles?
Oh yeah, like a transformer
or whatever. So they fixed one. So the people across the street, like right across my street, they had power immediately. It went out at like 10. They showed up at like 5 or 6, and then they got it kicked back on. And then, dude, I just remember looking.
Had your power went off yet?
Yeah, it had been off all day.
And they fixed it across the street.
They fixed across the street, yeah. But then ours, and not even like our whole side of the street. It was just the three houses, like the house that I'm in, the duplex that I'm in, the duplex to the left, and the duplex to the right. We were the only 3 without it.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. I was staring out. I watched the trucks drive away as if my dad was leaving for a pack of cigarettes and never coming back. I seriously muttered. I mumbled. I was like, "You can't be serious." Like I was so deflated. And
it's like on a deserted island, and the plane flies over, and you're like this, and it dips its wing, like, yeah, we see you. And he's going, and nothing comes back.
Oh, man. I mean, it was so fucking heartbreaking. I was like, oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, no.
How quick will society fall if, like, there was a giant solar flare and it knocked out the power grid?
Probably quickly.
Do you think we adjust quickly though? I think we might. I think we might adjust, right?
No, there would be. I think Personally, I think I would be fine. But no, absolutely
Right.
not. I think they'd probably make it 4 or 5 days, and then people would start getting real squirrely, and it'd be very violent, because everything revolves
Robbery.
around electricity. You can't get gas.
It does. It does.
You don't get
everything.
heat. You don't get water, whatever it is. So it's like, no, you'll see the beasts. You got to remember that it's like this whole civilized facade that we put on is all just fake. Deep down inside of us, we're all just fucking animals, just chomping at the bit, waiting to destroy something.
Yeah,
I think anyway. So yeah, I don't think it would end. I don't think it would end well, honestly.
The electric grid is very fragile, and it wouldn't take much to knock it out. Remember those guys that shot that like a substation in North Carolina, and I think it knocked out power for maybe a day or something.
Yeah.
The thing is, these transformers, I think that's what they were talking about. The transformers on the poles, there's like a back order for those things, and it takes them a long time to make one. And so whatever we've got in storage is kind of it. And I don't know if the Corona or whatever, but anyways, there's a backlog for them. Whatever people have in stock, that's kind of it right now. And it does. Evidently, it's complicated to make them. I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I thought that's what I read. But maybe it's the bigger substations that's what they were talking about, and not the trash can thing on the pole.
It's probably all.
Those things are full of oil.
Are they really?
The trash can, yeah, it's full with oil. And there again, I don't know what it does. I don't know. Go out there and shoot yours. See what comes out.
I'll shoot the neighbors this time. Let them.
Yeah, shoot one across the street.
Oil?
Yeah. Like motor oil, I think.
Like motor oil, like
yeah,
Arab oil, not like kerosene or something like that.
No.
Ah, I just figured it was all electrical components inside.
No, just little coals up in there.
Okay.
And there probably is, but it's soaked in oil, like all the way to the top. There's probably all that electrical stuff in there, but that's oil.
Oh, yeah. It probably keeps everything lubed up or whatever, maybe.
Maybe it's it keeps it cool. I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never heard of such a thing before, so I'm not going to fact check you. I'm just going to run with it and go, yeah.
Let's just go with it. I might be totally wrong.
With oil, that's good.
I mean, I've never seen it with my own eyes, but it's just I went down this rabbit hole about how fragile that the electrical system is, and I was getting a lot of information. Maybe some of it's crossed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not good.
But you can't get your money, like whatever you had in the bank, if the power went out.
Yeah,
you can't get your money.
Well, they're all collapsing anyway, so it's gonna be irrelevant whether we have power or not, right?
Yeah. There ain't no bank to go to.
The big thing that's going on right now, I don't know exactly what's going on, but the Silicon Valley thing, and then there was a couple more. Who the fuck knows?
Well, they raise interest rates, so nobody's coming in. Sonny. So they raise interest rates, nobody's coming into the bank. They can't buy nothing. And so what do you expect to happen? You gotta have customers coming in. You gotta be making loans all the time, and you're raising interest rates. Nobody's going to buy nothing. So I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't either, really. I think it's all
motorcycle drove by.
I don't think it's all. I don't think anybody knows how it works, really. It all just seems like
somebody said that Silicon Bank. That Silicon Bank, like all the extra money that they have, they send it out to be invested in other things.
Yeah.
And so they just have like really the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's actually on hand that they can touch.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it's like tied up and shit. And so if somebody comes in and wants all their money, and you could just take a bank out like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think that's most banks. Like most banks, if you're trying to get if you're trying to get like a big sum of money to withdraw, they don't have that money. You got to wait like 2 or 3 days from them to get it. But that's how the banks work, right? They loan your money at like, and then at like 90% or whatever the fuck it is for like every dollar every dollar you put in, they can loan out like $9 or $10 or some shit like that. Isn't that how it works? So it's all a big fraud anyway. And it's just with the Russia shit and everything going on right now, and then COVID and everything shutting down. It's, I don't know. It seems like everything's just kind of coming to a head in a weird way.
Yeah. Well, it'll be something that they'll talk about for generations, you know?
And it's like someone's going to get rich off of all this shit too. So people are definitely making money from this chaos and nonsense that's going on right now.
Well, we've talked about it. Bezos, during the shutdown, Bezos made more money than he's ever made with Amazon delivery and all that. So, yeah, you got to be in the right place at the right time and be ready for it whenever it does hit. But yeah, if you think about it, our everyday life is just a deck of cards, you know. Everything's fine as long as it's right here. But anything goes wrong, you know.
It's also fragile. It made me.
They found water on the moon.
They found water on the moon?
They found water on the moon.
Is that some breaking news that's happening right now?
Is that breaking news? Yep, that's on the news.
Wow. Who put it there?
Jesus.
Jesus put it there?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean?
He can walk on it.
We've been looking at the moon for how long, and they haven't found the water before?
Maybe it's on the dark side. We walked on it. Yeah, we walked on it in 69.
Allegedly.
And yeah, we're going back. They showed the new moon suits.
Nah,
we're going back.
The boot print didn't even match fucking Neil Armstrong's boots.
Oh
dude.
Man,
I saw that today. That was on Twitter today. So it showed a picture of the footprint on the moon, and then they showed a picture of the boots that Neil Armstrong was wearing. He didn't have no ridges in that motherfucker.
They could put any picture in front and say this was what he was wearing and this is the footprint. You can't believe any of that. We're there.
You can't believe we landed either.
Well, yes, I can. There's reflectors that we left, and they can shoot lasers to it to tell how far that it is from us at any given time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You could probably find pictures of the truck, the car they took up there. You know, I'm sure somebody can zoom in with a telescope and found the car. And
I don't know.
You still got the base. You still got the base of the what was that thing called? The Eagle that landed on the moon, and then the base stayed and it shot the. Anyways, we totally landed on the moon. Totally landed on the moon. We might have.
There's a chance that we did. I'm just talking shit anyway. But it's interesting that fake news is supposedly this new phenomena. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we've only had fake news for the past 2 or 3 years, but realistically, it's probably been going on since the inception of news.
Yeah, you got to surely.
You know, so that
always
just could put doubt in your mind. Why haven't we been back, Monty? Why haven't we been back to the goddamn moon, huh?
Because there's nothing there. They've already.
There's water, there. Apparently. There's fucking water and cars.
I don't even know why that's news, though. We got plenty of water here.
Just because it's probably a distraction from the. Did you see that we?
It's distraction.
That the Russians shot down one of our drones.
Yeah.
There's a real cool video of it.
It ran into it.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
How does that happen?
I just think Russians just don't give a fuck.
He run into the back of it. That's where the propeller was.
Yeah.
And tore the propeller off of it with his own jet.
He tried dumping fuel on it before or
They did
something
dump.
like that.
2 of them dumped fuel on it.
What would that do?
Maybe they're hoping it would catch on fire, like the electronics
okay.
or something.
And like, nah, that didn't work.
It's
So let's
pretty.
just run into the fucking thing.
What? I
That's
know.
crazy.
This is like road rage.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just shoot it?
Yeah. I mean,
how are you gonna run your plane into it?
Maybe you save some money that way, you know? Because didn't we shoot a missile at the fucking balloon and miss it, and then shot another one?
No, not the balloon. The other thing that was like over Alaska. It was a lot smaller, and they shot another one. Yeah, and those missiles are like $350,000 a piece.
Exactly. So if you miss, you fucking out that much money, and I'm sure Russia doesn't have a ton of investors right now.
If whenever they recover the one over Alaska, they're going to go get the shit. If they find out who it is, they'll send them the bill for the missiles. They shot 2 at it. They'll send them $750,000 bill. Plus, probably the fuel and the pilot had to go up there. So you'll get charged for all that.
Who the fuck would pay that, though?
Nobody. But it would be, I would love to see it. I'd love to see the bill. I'm just like, send it over. Isn't that crazy? So did they send Germany a bill for World War II?
Yeah, or Iraq, Afghanistan.
Do you send those guys a bill?
Vietnam.
Can you imagine what it would be? Like, you owe us $7 trillion.
Well,
yeah.
You can it's like we'll either bill you or we'll steal your infrastructure. Which one you want?
That's Russia. Russia does that.
Well, we did the same thing in Iraq.
We build it back up. We build it back up, and then we
skim
skim off the top after they get democracy.
Yes, that's what it is.
Russia will just steal all your shit and leave your country to die. That's what they did with East Germany. Remember, East Germany went to hell because they took all their industry and took it back to Russia. And then, so the people were sitting there, either they were slave labor with what was left, but whenever you got to build a wall to keep your people in, to keep them from going to West Germany, you're doing it wrong, right?
I guess so. Don't you want a powerful nation though? If everyone's gonna leave.
I know, but like look at South Korea and North Korea. South Korea is a democracy and they're thriving. You've got Hyundai, you've got Samsung, you got all these tech companies. They're out there. And then look at North Korea. They got the Hotel of Doom that they can't even put one person in because they don't allow tourism.
Well, yeah, they isolate themselves.
And they're starving. You've never seen a product that said made in North Korea anywhere. You've never seen anything.
You might be right. I don't know. I don't pay attention to where my things are made anymore.
But South Korea is kicking ass.
What? Right. I don't know anything about what's going on in the Koreas. I know that we don't get along with North Korea that well, but they like China and Russia, I believe. I think those three get along to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So, it all depends on what side of the fucking coin you're on or whatever. North Korea is probably a different beast because you got to like worship the leader or whatever it is and praise.
Yeah, do you know this? He tells his people that he's never farted.
Oh, hell yeah.
In his life. He's never farted.
Is he at a fucking press conference going, by the way, everybody, long live North Korea, and I still have never farted.
I don't know. I think he whispers it into somebody else's ear, and then they have to go through the village and tell everybody.
I still haven't farted. I'll do it right now.
He lets one rip and he
what if
blames
he's
it on
being
his
honest?
wife.
What if he's being honest? What if he hasn't farted and somebody should be concerned, but they think he's just powerful, but realistically, he's just backed up.
He has like his official title is really long, like the all-knowing supreme leader.
The supreme leader, I know that one.
Yeah, and there's something, but I don't know. And you know that the prettiest girls in North Korea, they work at gas stations. That's what they want. They want, like, if they do have visitors or anything like that, that they are represented well, because that's like one of the things that people will see. They all got to go to a gas station. So your prettiest girls work at gas stations. And not really a lot of people have driver's license. Evidently, it's really hard to get a driver's license up there, but so your rich are the only ones that are driving or have cars.
Sure.
And so, yeah, they want the prettiest girls working at the gas station, not on the news, at the gas station.
I like that. We should probably adopt. We should adopt that sort of that way of living. Instead of having all these fucking fat.
Well,
people.
You know how petty dudes are. And me and Casey have talked about this a lot. But if there's a hot girl that works at a gas station, you'll go to that gas station exclusively.
Dude, I'd get a gallon at a time just so I can go a few times a day.
Yeah. So, as a business owner, you should hire hot girls to work at the gas station. But they don't. Got some fat, redheaded, freckle-faced bitch looking at me today, hateful as hell.
Yeah, but you can't, hot ladies aren't going to take $9 an hour for a fucking job. They're just not.
Yeah,
they could fucking sell pictures of their big toe and make 4 times that amount.
That's true.
That's why we gotta buckle down a little bit. You know what I mean? We gotta fucking North Korea style this. Dennis Rodman went there, right? He didn't have anything bad to say about it.
He loves Dennis Rodman, though.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
If he likes you, maybe he gets onto your comedy and invites you over. I'd go.
I would too.
I'd go in a heartbeat.
I would.
All of his people are starving, but you're gonna eat like lobster and steak every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are they really starving, or is it like the American version of starving, where it's like, oh, I only got 2 cheeseburgers today.
It could be. You're right. You're right. I don't know, but they get a rice patty and a leg of chicken. I don't know.
Hey, that's protein.
It is.
It all depends. How much do you really need to be happy?
I know that, like, people that have stories of them escaping and going to South Korea, that's big. That gets a lot of views, anytime anybody does that. But I think once they get to South Korea, that they're judged. Like, they're second-class citizens to them. And they know, too, by the way they talk. They have an accent.
Yeah.
And they know exactly that they're North Korean. But they treat them different. Well,
that wouldn't be any different than going to, like, L.A., you know what I mean, with a Southern accent. And they'll be like, oh, you're a retard? Where are you from, retard?
Yeah.
You ain't from here.
Yeah, you hillbilly sister kisser.
You stupid fucking idiot. Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. I've went through it. Whenever I was a kid. Whenever I was in 4th grade, my dad moved to Los Angeles, and I got made fun of so bad for my accent.
Did you live out there, or were you just visiting?
I would go for like a month, in the summer, and oh man, they were so hard on me. But the girls also do like it, and I got to kiss the hot girl in the apartment complex.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Her friends probably paid her to do it. Kiss the retard. See if you come retarded too. See if it rubs off on you.
Yeah, that
But
might be it too.
but maybe I don't know. Did she? Did anything come of it? Did y'all? Was there a spark? Was there a little flame? Was there a little romantic vibe going on? Did you all go
It
get an
was,
ice cream cone?
the ice cream truck did come through there a lot, but we're fourth grade. I don't know. I don't. I think we just held hands, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and every
going
now and then,
steady.
yeah, we'd go to the laundromat of the apartment thing. You had to kiss in private. Couldn't just kiss on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's good. That's very. That's I like that. That's very
Well,
responsible.
now now I talk about it. Maybe she was embarrassed.
She
She didn't want nobody to
might have
see her
been.
kissing me.
She's like, no, no,
Mhm.
no. We got to go kiss in this basement
Yeah,
because it's illegal to
or
kiss on the
yeah, or it's
sidewalk.
dark.
Yeah, and nobody will know. uh,
uh,
I wonder what she's up to nowadays.
oh, she was an extra on Growing Pains one
Oh
time. That was her
wow,
big. Yeah, that was her big.
wow.
Yeah, she was like in there with Mike Seaver. What's his name? Cameron.
Cameron Kirkwood, Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
The Jesus fella.
She's probably in his cult or something now.
Yeah, he went that way. He did go the
Yeah,
cult way.
yeah, super religious. He had a sister, remember her?
Candace
Candace.
Cameron. Oh yeah, DJ
Yeah,
Tanner, dude.
that's right.
Yeah.
Did she do that too? Did she get over?
She is religious. I do know that. I don't know. I don't even know what his beliefs are either. I've just, everyone just goes, "Oh, he's crazy." He could just be like a good guy who's like, "No, you shouldn't maybe don't do drugs and have sex before you're married because it's a bad idea." And people go, "Oh, he's a fucking lunatic, fucking crazy cult leader."
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's just where we're at right now." So I don't know exactly what he's done, but I don't.
Well,
I know she is religious because I used to have a big crush on her when I watched it on the
yeah,
TV, and then I found out
yeah.
she was into Jesus, and I was like, I ain't got no shot, dude. Had to start liking what was the middle one, Stephanie. She did meth, so I was like, this one I could get, this one I could pull.
Well, the Olsen twins, what the fuck? What is that? That
They just
they?
had eating disorders, dude. I think it's just. I don't think you could keep going. Oh, the Olsen twins are all fucked up. Something happens to these fucking kids that they end up all fucked up one way or another. You know what I mean? All these big famous fucking kids when they're especially when they're children, and you got to look at them. They were famous babies. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a Macaulay Culkin where it's like, okay, you're a kid in movies.
Even
It's like
he's fucked
you're a
up.
fucking baby.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin's fucked up too, though. That
Yeah.
he talked about it take him like an hour and a half to get up the nerve to go outside of his apartment.
Yeah.
Like he would have to psych himself up to go outside.
Because you'd be bombarded by lunatic adults. You know what I
But
mean?
he's an ugly adult. He was such an adorable kid. He's so ugly,
Well,
isn't he?
he's seen some rough days, Monty.
Yeah. You know, the only child star that come out okay is Jason Bateman.
What was he in?
He was in he was in Family Ties. He
Okay.
was no, that was his sister. I think he was in there like a couple, but he was on a bunch of stuff. Silver Spoons. Do you remember that with Ricky Schroeder?
I I
He
remember the
was
name
in
of it, but I don't think I watched it.
he was he's always been in TV though. What else was he? But anyways, I think he's the only one that didn't like end up, caught with a
Being all drugged
male
up.
prostitute and yeah,
Yeah. Shaving their head, something like that. I don't
yeah,
know. Maybe he sold his soul and that's why he's still fine.
maybe.
Maybe these other people are trying to fight against the power.
I mean, Ricky Schroeder, he's still good. He's still in, what is that? That True Blue. It's some kind of cop show.
Oh, fucking Keenan turned out fine.
Keenan.
Keenan Thompson. He's on SNL now. Used to be on
What
All
was?
That. Then was on Keenan and Kel.
Oh,
You probably were out of high school. I think you were probably out of high school by the time this shit was going on. You don't know who
oh.
Keenan Thompson is, Monty?
I do know Keenan Thompson.
Keenan
I
and
didn't know
Kel?
that's who you was talking about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
SNL.
that's who I'm talking about. Yeah, he used to be
I didn't know he was a child star.
well, he was on All That when he was, whatever, 10, 11. So he wasn't
Okay.
super young, but young enough.
Of the girls from Facts of Life, I think
Blair.
half of them, yeah, were fucked up.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You got to think about it, like you have adults worshiping you, though. How does that already make you, that already makes you fucked up. And you've
Yeah.
got all the money in the world to be eccentric as you want to be, going whatever direction. That kid from 2.5 Men, remember that? He lost his damn mind too and quit the show.
Well, I don't
He
know if
found religion.
lost his mind, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily losing your mind, but it's I don't I think walking away from it is probably the most sane thing that some people could do. Fucking Hollywood people are out of their goddamn minds. Entertainment industry in general, even comedians are to a degree, but everyone's fucked up and these weird perverts and shit like that. So it's like, oh, he found God and doesn't want to make $1 million a week anymore. And it's like, oh, yeah, good on him.
Yeah, that's just hard for me to understand, though.
Really?
I just don't see how anything can be that bad. Like I can deal with. You're a very perseverance kind of person. I don't know if that's the right word, but
Yeah.
you can persevere out of any situation. You can take the money and put up with it. Can you not?
I mean, it depends. It really depends. I mean, I probably could put up with it, but do I want to? No. I also haven't been molested, so I can't speak on that. I haven't been molested by a film director.
Okay.
I keep it in the family like we were supposed to. But there's a lot of that's just weird, creepy people anyway. It's like, no, I'd love to have the opportunity to walk away from something like that. I doubt I'll put myself in the position to have that opportunity presented to me, to be honest.
Well, saying that's why not have, why can't you be envious that these kids had the opportunity? Somebody touched them. They can go later, 20 years later, and
write a book.
I don't know. But what else you got going on? Hey, Joe, look at this. Look at this, dude.
What you got, Monty?
Look what I bought. I bought a rock crawling truck, a remote control.
You bought an RC truck?
Yeah.
For what?
I go rock crawling. I take it down to the creek. It's about a half a mile walk. And I get out in the sun and I get some fresh air and exercise and follow this dumb thing around.
You're playing with a truck, Monty. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's awesome. It climbs shit you wouldn't believe it could climb. I mean,
it's not much different than a drone. I guess a drone would be like, oh, that's cool. That's great. You got that. But what's the difference really between a drone and you got a grave digger?
Yeah. Man, it's fun though. Like
Jesus Christ.
And then I've got it's called Big Buddha's RC Ranch. That's, I don't know, about 20 minutes from here. And this guy has set up like a couple of acres of just courses and stuff of rock, so you can drive your rock crawler, and then you get to meet other nerds and talk about your rock crawler, and you get to climb on these. He's got bridges made out of chain link fence. They're like 15 feet in the air, and driving the treetops and stuff. It's fun.
That's what you've been doing with your time, Monty?
I've only done that once. I only went to
But still, the point you playing with a fucking truck nowadays, Monty, that's what you've been up to?
It's about an hour and a half of my day. I walk down to the creek. I make some videos. I send you the videos, and then
Are you posting the videos?
No.
you're just making them for yourself. Listen, you're living a pure existence is what you're doing. I'm not trying to knock it, but you're almost 50 years old, Monty.
Yeah. I saw something.
You work 3 days a week. You're almost 50, and you're out in the creek playing with a fucking truck.
Yeah. There was something about what if we had this? What if we had this when we were 12? Step Brothers. Better yet, we got them when we were 50. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm going to need you to do better things with your time.
It's only like an hour and a half. That's whenever I run the batteries out.
Right, what are you doing for the other 17, 18 hours of the day?
Man, I got a gutter I got to put back on the house.
Okay,
during that storm, during the wind, blew one of the downspouts off the so I got to do that tomorrow while I'm off. And it probably would be like a 15-minute job, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm pretty sure it's an all day.
Too much.
Well, I don't know. I bought an impact wrench to work on a car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's something constructive.
I'll help you put on the gutter.
Well, I don't need that for that, but
well, I'm just saying, I'll just come out and help you. I know you don't need it.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll come help you. Maybe it'll take a little
bit. Yeah.
That way,
I got 2 ladders. We'll both be up on a ladder.
Ooh, yeah.
And we'll look like we're doing stuff as people drive by.
Yeah.
At least.
That's half the battle. Just looking busy.
Dude, you stand on a ladder. You don't even have to be doing nothing, but people driving by, they think you're constructive.
Yeah.
Look at mine.
Orange vests.
Yeah. Maybe a hard hat, some goggles.
Real bitchin'. I
should probably video me try to fix this downspout. Maybe that'll be something fun.
Yeah, and fucking put the truck videos out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Generate some content, Monty. Instead of just sitting around with your thumb up your ass.
I don't have my thumb up my ass. I'm driving a monster truck. And it's already, Christ. Man, this thing's already cost me so much money. So I've got.
You've had like add-ons to it?
I got 3 batteries that I've bought. Because this one didn't last long enough.
Insane.
I wasn't done yet. So I bought this one. And then I went to the RC ranch and I run both of these down. And so I immediately come home and ordered another battery so I can stay out there longer next time I go. But then I bought the wheels for it. These ain't the wheels that come on it. And the tires, there's another $200. I also got another set of wheels that I bought while I was waiting on these wheels to come to be shipped. And that was $100. It's like any hobby, Joe. If it's fun, it has that extra tax on it, that fun tax.
So. I don't have many hobbies.
You don't?
No. I work.
You don't golf?
I work and I do stand-up. I shoot pool. That's about it. And that's at the most, that's $1.25 a game.
Yeah, you don't even have your own stick.
No, I don't. I'd like to get one. I'd like to have a pool table one day, but no. I did get a new camera, like a 4K camera to shoot stand-up so I can get more clips of that. But
yeah, that's my next.
Everything I'm getting is going into it's cameras, it's lights, it's all this shit. That's all.
That is my next purchase is a camera.
I should get some hobbies.
But you got to get a hobby. You got to get out of your, do something, break away for a minute, do something fun, and then go back to your
I mean, I have
career.
fun. I have fun doing whatever it is I
Oh,
do.
I'm sure. I know.
I had my first modeling gig this past week, Monty. I got an agent to do some modeling, and I was at the Grand Ole Opry at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday, having a nice little photo shoot. Went to the Ryman in the afternoon, did a photo shoot over there.
How do you get on stage at the Opry?
I wasn't
You just
on
yelling?
stage. We were just shooting just different places.
Outside?
I could have got on stage if I wanted to. I've been backstage with Weber whenever he was
Yeah.
performing there this past summer, but no, we were doing a photo shoot at the Opry, so I was
Okay.
there wandering around. So that could be
Is this a professional
yeah,
photographer?
yeah, Tribe Talent, dude. I got an agent. It's a legit. I'm signed with an agency for modeling, and they do some acting stuff too. I haven't sent. The one time they had an audition for me was when my power was out, so I couldn't fucking shoot anything to audition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Weber did a pilot for a sitcom, and he suggested me for this part. It wasn't a big part, but I appreciate everything, but they wanted me to do a video. They sent me the script, and they wanted me to do like an audition.
Mm-hmm.
But this was Corona, and so I just filmed it on my phone. They said just film it on your phone, send it to us.
Yeah.
And I woke up. I think I had probably done like an all-nighter marathon of Call of Duty, and then woke up, and they were like, I had a text that they're like, we need this right now. And so I started shooting. I still had this raspy ass voice from smoking and drinking, I think, all night long. I know I was raspy. Maybe I'd been to a show. I don't know, but I felt like utter shit, and shot this video just to hurry up and get it out there. They loved it, man. But filmed it in the kitchen, had the camera propped up with some Amazon boxes, and it was just the most crude thing, but it worked out, and I got the part.
Yeah. Doing that audition stuff, it's not like it has to be professional. They just want to see you and hear how you sound, and I have a neutral background, but that's all
Yeah.
it is. It's not like they're gonna take that and use it in the fucking show.
Well, no, but I wanted it to look the best that it could, but
Oh, no, that don't matter.
I didn't have time.
What
I
was
was
the
like,
pilot? What show were you on, Monty?
it was something kind of like The Office, and they were hoping that Hulu would pick it up. Nobody's picked it up right now. They said they would resubmit it at another time. And but it was great. It was the first time I've done, we've done sketches between other comedians and stuff, that we've done. Remember the movie that we did with Peter and stuff,
Yeah,
where we're just like
fucking horror movie.
just half-assing, just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
And then to do something with a real crew. Like they went into this office building and took the tile out and put real studio lights in there. And I mean, it was it looked legit. And just to be around, real people, that this is what they do, instead of, our tag team things that we've tried to put together.
Yeah. Someone with just a camera.
Yeah.
Going, I'm a director now. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was Mike James. It was Connor. It was CJ. It was Weber. I can't remember. But anyways, it was great. It was like a week that we took to shoot it, and then they took another couple of months to put it all together, but yeah, it was like February of 2021. So we were still in all the Corona shit,
Yeah.
Everybody had to be, your temperature and all that stuff every time you come in.
fuck that.
Face mask if you were outside of the shooting.
I would have walked off.
No,
I ain't doing that shit. And that's like, you know, it's just the world we live in is like you could do something like that and have like a production company and still just put it on YouTube realistically. You know, it'd be nice to have someone pick it up like a platform, but you know, you can make your own TV shows.
Yeah, you can. There's nobody telling you can't now.
It might be a little bit expensive. That's like Shane Gillis with the Gillian Keeves thing with his second season. They paid a production company. It's like, we'll just put this out ourselves.
I mean, it can be complete garbage. You can shoot it and be complete garbage and put it on YouTube. What just happened?
There's plenty of that. I just kicked the light by mistake. I bumped the light with my foot. I just wanted to make sure I didn't fuck nothing up.
You should have seen your face. I was like, what the hell happened?
Well, if it falls over, that's going to be bad. It is plastic, but still, I don't need that.
I called something garbage and I thought I offended you.
No.
As soon as I said it, you was like, whoa, no, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. What are you calling what are you calling garbage here, Monty?
But you can now. Everybody's a star if you want to be. Just shoot it and put it up there.
You just want to make something if you really believe in it. But, you know, it would be nice to have somebody pick up so you can make a little bit of money from it. But what do you do, you know?
What do you do? What do you do? I don't know. You got you a lady?
No.
Okay.
No. No, Monty, I've been sick without power. Come on now, dude. You think I'm picking up some fucking ladies?
That's whenever you need your lady. You pulled out your little black book and called up a ex-booty lover.
Oh, yeah, you know.
And been like, hey, you got power? You want some booty ate? You know?
Well, I wasn't feeling good, so, I mean...
That's true, too.
That should have been the move, but, you know, it's out.
That's true, too.
Here in Clarksville, you know. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf here. I can't be fucking with these old hoes no more. these women from the past.
You don't want to call them up and it's like, hey, I need some leftovers. You got any seconds?
No, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. It would have been nice to have a shower and a hot meal, but I'd rather sit in the cold in my stinky balls and my runny nose than deal with some fucking
ask a girl,
lunatic.
Just text a girl and say, hey.
Yeah.
You'd just rather sit there in the cold and dark.
I wouldn't rather do that, but I know my options, Monty, and it's not. Okay. The women that I call to be like, hey, my power's out. They're not going to be like, you know, they're not going to be the ones that take care of me and make me feel better.
Yeah, they're your friends.
Yeah, no, they're just, I don't know. There's probably, listen, every woman is beautiful and perfect. I'm the problem.
Okay. Okay.
No, it's what was it? There's a Kevin Gates quote that said, "I'm not looking for anybody, but I am waiting for the right person." But no, I don't have a fucking life.
Okay.
I'm just chilling out in Clarksville. I'm too busy. I got shit going on. I'm trying, you know.
You got shit going on.
Yeah. I don't have time for these modern women, Monty. You know. They want.
Well, they don't need nothing. These modern women
take. They do. They want your fucking time, and they don't want to do anything good with it. That's my fucking problem with it. They love to waste your fucking time and provide absolutely nothing in return.
They're all independent. They don't need no man.
I bet they are. Until they get robbed or there's a knife at their throat, and then all of a sudden it's a man's problem. Everyone's independent until fucking shit hits the fan. And that's part of the problem too. You don't need me around. You know what I mean? Yeah. So go be independent then and leave me the fuck alone. Go be a strong, independent woman on your own, you know? I'm looking to have somebody around who balances me out. And it certainly ain't going to beat some fucking aggro independent woman who thinks Lizzo's skinny. I'm trying to figure it out, Monty. I'm trying to figure it out, but
I think you got it nailed. It sounds like you got it figured out.
That's just where I'm at right now. I'll find a nice lady one day, but I'm just not looking right now. I'm just chilling, minding my own business. I'm staying busy. I'm saving my money. And that's all. I'm just working. I'm taking on as much work as I can. That's all I'm doing right now. And I don't want to be, and things are good. You know, I'm been on the road every weekend this month. It's, you know, and then next month's going to be real busy. And then May will be a little bit busy too. And, you know, we'll keep this modeling shit going, or maybe something will come of that. It's a little extra money here and there. And then I'll keep doing my work in between and just, you know, keep saving my money so I can maybe get a little plot of land and some solar panels so I don't have to worry about the fucking power going out again. That's all I thought about for the Sunday and Monday when the power was out. Was like, man, I don't think I can have solar panels here because I'm renting. But anybody who you don't have solar panels, do you?
No, but I don't know that solar panels is the way to go, because that has to be stored in a battery. And then once that battery is depleted, you know, I mean, sure, it'll recharge the next day. But if you're out because of a storm, you know, you are dependent. I say a windmill. You need a giant windmill.
Well, I don't
get you some land. I don't get a giant windmill.
Think you have a giant windmill. I think they have restrictions on how big of a windmill you can have.
You can generate electricity, and you can crush your wheat to make flour with your windmill. Wind. There's always wind. There's something. Something's windy. Something's blowing.
But even then, like,
maybe you do a little bit of everything. Okay.
I wasn't even thinking about being strictly on like solar. It's just like, in case the power goes out, it'd be good to have. And also, you save a few bucks a month if you got a little bit of solar around. You know what I mean?
Well, get this. If you generate more electricity than you use, it pumps it back into the system, and they send you a check at the end of the month.
Ooh, how big of a check?
I don't know.
I'd rather just get some extra batteries and store the shit than give it away to somebody else. Isn't that crazy
though? It goes both ways. So you could actually you could get a bunch of fucking wind turbines and solar panels, and your whole house just cover it with all this stuff and be your own generator of electricity, and it'll pump it back into the system. And somehow, like that little dial on the outside of your house, I think it actually goes the other way.
Start spinning backwards?
Yeah.
That's insane. What if is it possible to have like your own, not that it's legal or anything like that, but would it be possible to have like your own nuclear power source?
I don't know. Are you saying would it be possible?
Yeah, could you have like a little mini nuclear power plant in your backyard, so then you're running off nuclear power instead of coal?
I think it would cost you more to do that than you would probably ever get back out of it.
Up front, yeah, dude.
Well, you
bought
know,
three fucking batteries for a goddamn fake truck.
Yeah. I know, and it'll run for an hour and a half. But
we drove to. I was in Arkansas last weekend, and we drove by a nuclear power plant, and I just started looking shit up. I guess I didn't realize that nuclear is significantly cheaper than coal.
Nuclear's great, and
way cheaper.
Nuclear is the future, and I've heard there's been a dude on Joe Rogan that was talking about it, and where California is shutting down all their nuclear plants, all you're doing is sending yourself back in the Stone Age. Whatever they're scared of about nuclear meltdowns and stuff, that shit doesn't happen. I mean, how many nuclear plants are all over the United States? You've only heard of one, 3 Mile Island that ever happened. Look at all the years,
And then
all the homes that it provided.
Fukushima too, but that was because of the
Yeah,
monsoon,
the
or the it wasn't because it didn't
tsunami.
melt down
Yeah.
on, yeah, the tsunami. There you go.
So, like, if one does happen, Chernobyl, you hear about it, but how often is that? You can name 3 right there in the history of everything I know,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
And it's the future, and uh, you just get it's like pipelines. Pipelines are way more efficient than sending oil and gas over the road on a truck. A truck wrecks way more than a pipeline breaks. But when a pipeline breaks, it does leak out more, and you hear about it though. But it's way more efficient, and people are raising these environmentalists raise hell about it. But it's way better for the environment to send it through a pipeline than it is to a truck. The driver's going to fall asleep. A deer's going to jump out in front of him. These semi trucks wreck every day carrying gas and shit. So, but you can't talk to some people. But
Well,
nuclear is the way to do it. And nuclear, so like right now we have nuclear, and I'm going to get it messed up. It's nuclear fusion. And whenever we're able to harness nuclear fission, which will generate its own electricity once you get it started, and then it produces electricity. You don't have to add anything to it. It just continues to. I don't even know how it
it's
works, but it
like a
continues.
perpetual motion thing, but for
Yeah,
energy.
and that's whenever society will really like take off, and we'll hit civilization 1, category 1. And I think we've talked about that before, but they're on the brink of it. There's a bunch of companies working on it, and a company the other day, they were able to generate electricity for like a half a second. But they said that's the first step. A half a second, then you do 10 seconds, 10 minutes. But right now, just to kick it off and get it going, it takes so much energy for the way that we know how to do it. It's insane how much energy it takes to get it going, because you got to freeze these atoms down to like -700, and then somehow you got to ignite it, and it takes just tremendous electricity to get it even going. But once we do, you don't have to put nothing else into it. It's free energy. It's a fucking sun is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make the goddamn sun on the earth.
And that couldn't possibly end bad.
No,
No,
no.
of course not. It probably is a great thing, but you got to think about like how there's a because it would be free energy sounds great and all this and that, and it's cheaper and everything, but it's the same thing with like the pipelines and shit like that. It's like the people who are against the pipelines, like they probably have investments elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like they are beholden to these other people who it's like, if I
See?
support the pipelines, then all these people who have given me money my whole life, now I'm going against them. So even though I know the pipelines are good, I have to go, no, they're bad because these people have been lining my fucking wallet my whole fucking
But
life.
see, yeah. So and that most of the time that's a leader. They're the ones that have the influence
Yeah.
so they're the ones that'll trash a pipeline, and then you've got all these people beneath them, all these followers, all these everyday people, and they don't know. They're just like, yeah, I like the environment. I like penguins.
Yeah.
And
That's the
they
easiest
start
fucking
following
argument.
it. They start following it without even knowing what they're really doing. Just
Yeah.
somebody sits there and goes, do you like dandelions? Well, then you hate pipelines
Yeah.
and you can't do it.
Yep. 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 That's all it
And
is.
then that's the voices that you hear
Yep.
are the littler people.
It's it's something I heard a couple weeks ago, like when everybody was all like the whole fat free movement, when everything was like fat free foods and fat's bad. It's like fat's
Ugh.
actually good for you.
Yeah, you need it.
That whole agenda or that whole narrative was pushed by like sugar companies, more or less, because sugar is what is really bad for you. It's not fat, but you see a fat person and you go, I don't want to be a fat person. So then you go, fat's bad. But really, it's the fucking sugar in all the goddamn food. So it might be fat free. It's like, oh, this is fat free. It's good for you. Gummy bears are fat free. How could they possibly be bad for you? It's because there's fucking 80 grams of sugar in a bear. But it was this whole lobbying from sugar companies to put out this narrative of fat being bad. So then nobody realized it was sugar that was what's causing all the fucking problems.
See, I never look at it like that. I mean, I know you're right, but I always look at it as just some idiot got an idea that, fat's bad. And I didn't know that it's always corporations.
It's always.
But it is corporations.
It's all
like
propaganda.
Like we've talked about it, the chic razors.
Yeah.
They were selling them to men, and things are good, but he's like, I've only got half the population. How do I get the women?
Yeah.
And he started propaganda that women shave their legs and their armpits in Europe.
Yeah.
And if you want to be like the European ladies and sophisticated, you'll shave your legs and armpits.
Yeah.
And then boom, he's got the whole market.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even true. Women in Europe was not shaving their legs and their armpits at the time. This is the early 1900s.
Yeah, you just
but
spit out that story.
Was,
you hire a few models and they go, look at these European ladies who are shaving, and then everybody buys into it. Where do you think feminism came from, Monty? Do you think it was from a bunch of ladies sitting around having a good life going, I don't enjoy this? It was from it was from people going, wait a minute, only half the population is paying taxes right now. Well, let's put out this agenda that you can be free and you can be strong and you can be this and you can be that, so you motherfuckers can start paying taxes too.
Okay.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Women started smoking too. It wasn't because smoking was good for women or whatever. It's because they paid models to go into New York City and start smoking cigarettes and go, we're calling them freedom sticks. It's a sign of feminism. It's a sign of independent women. Yeah, Edward Bernays is the nephew of Sigmund Freud, who wrote this. He wrote the whole blueprint for it. He came up with the idea. He wrote a book. The book is called Propaganda. But his argument for propaganda is, it's like, well, we do need some direction. It can be good, it can be used for good, but it was his whole idea to get women to start smoking from the tobacco companies. And I think that's where feminism came from, is they go, oh my God, half the fucking population isn't paying taxes right now. What do we do? It's like, oh, empower these dumb bitches. That's what we do. Tell them to get out there and start working, and you're just as good as a man, and this, that, and the other. And realistically, it's just so people can collect more taxes. And now look where we are. Nobody gets along, and everybody hates everybody.
Well, everything's expensive.
That too.
See, when the women started making more, do you remember once upon a time, men went to work and he could afford a car, a house, another car for her, groceries, kids, go to college, everything off of one dude's income.
Yeah.
And then if she goes to work, you can raise prices. It's just like what they're doing now with the groceries. Groceries are still sky high. They said even though the price of food has went down, the groceries are not letting go of that profit. And we talked about that one time, that the prices will go up, but they won't come back down. No. They never come back down.
They'll go down. They just keep pushing you inch by inch. They get right up in your face, then they back off a little bit, or they push you back, and you go, it's like, let's make gas $3.30 a gallon, and people go, oh, what the fuck is this? And then you go, oh, okay, now it's $2.70. It's like, but it was $2.50 last year, but at least it's not $3.30 now. And then when it goes up, it's up to $3.50, and you go, oh fuck, now it's $3.50, and then it comes down, it's $2.95, and you're like, well, wait a minute, it was just $2.70, but at least it's not $3.50. Okay, great, and then it's up to $3. That's the name of the game, dude.
Yeah,
that's just it's so bizarre that people don't. And what are you supposed to do about it?
You can't do nothing.
That's just the game. They just keep taking you inch by inch. They take a giant step and then push it back a little bit and then take a bigger step. And then before you know it, your back's up against a wall and you're like, wait a minute, how the fuck did this happen? They're very, very smart with that shit.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's
We
not
just need a
good.
corporation, Joe. We need a corporation so that we can do our propaganda and we can do our price fixing. And, you know,
I have an LLC.
there it is.
I don't, it's not
Joe Kelley LLC.
JK Entertainment.
Love it.
JK Entertainment. It was We Are 10 Productions in Atlanta, but once I moved up to Tennessee, I got a different one.
Okay.
I did JK
Look at you.
Entertainment. Yeah. I
With
don't
a
know
tax,
exactly why I'm
with a
doing it.
tax code and everything.
Well,
Tax ID.
that's the thing. And then like you gotta, I gotta read back into it because I was really on my shit when I was in Atlanta, but I kind of forgot. But it's something to do once you get the LLC, like you open a holding company and then you register as an S corp. So then, if you register as an S corp, you can pay yourself as an employee. So then you have a salary from your LLC rather than it's all. That's how you keep
Tax.
your money and shit like that. I got to look back into it, but that's how, that's how any rich person does their shit. Is
Yep.
you open a company and you open your LLC in the state you live in, but then you have a holding company in Delaware because they don't pay any fucking taxes or whatever it is. So then your LLC goes into that holding company, and then you open up one in fucking Bulgaria or whatever it is, and then you just keep moving your money around so it doesn't get taxed.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it
no, like
is.
it's the silliest things where like say you have a business, you're an LLC, you build a building so that you can run your business out of it, but you you make it that you have to pay rent
Yeah.
to your
Yep.
LLC
Yep.
so that you can write taxes off of your own building. You're paying rent on your own building.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of it's just
Yeah.
like people you buy a car, you put your name on it, your business name on it, and then you can write it off on taxes, you know. Put JK entertainment on your car and you can write it off.
I didn't know that. I think I still might be able to because it is like a one person LLC. So my name is still on stuff. I got to figure that out because I definitely have to write my car off in some way. But there's like one of those financial guru guys. I forget his name, but he was talking about, he did this whole video about how don't own houses. Buying a house is stupid. What you should be doing is renting. He's like, I rent. All I do is rent this, that, and the other. But he never tells you the part that the property he rents is from a company he fucking owns. So it's like you're
You
trying
could
to
never
pitch
go
this
wrong with
idea to fucking, go, oh,
you.
no, don't buy nothing. But it's like you're not telling everybody the whole story, the fact that you think renting's great because you own the fucking company you rent from. So you're just paying yourself.
You never go wrong with real estate.
No,
Somebody
apparently
said
not.
God didn't make any more land, so you've got it. You never go wrong, and real estate only goes up.
Well, haven't we sold a lot of farmland to China? Isn't that I thought
Something, yeah, they own a lot of
I
land for
heard
some
that
reason.
because debts. I don't think aren't paying our debts back. So it's like, well, how about we can't pay you nothing, but how about 2/3 of Montana for you? How about that? And they're like, oh,
Is it that, or is it that they're paying above, like some silly farmer that's got 1,200 acres? Are they going in there and offering them above market
oh,
and
that
just
could be
buying
too.
everything?
That could be too. I don't know. I don't know.
They
I thought it
own
had something to do with debt, but it's like Bill Gates and
they own a
China own most of the
disturbing amount
farmland.
of land.
Yeah.
Bill Gates owns a shitload of land.
Yeah.
Ted Turner, they all went on this land buying spree. And then there's some dude in California that you've never heard of that I think he owns more than all of them. But yeah, but you can get shit like in Montana where nobody's at, Wyoming, all that,
Sure.
where nobody's at
I
for
mean, you could
probably.
you could find that anywhere, really. You could get that shit in Tennessee, Michigan, Kentucky,
And
wherever.
they're buying, their corporations are buying trash land that's like swamp. Like I know where the bus picks up, it's like probably 5 acres of just swamp. It's always water, always. And they said that a corporation come in there, bought it all, probably nothing, and is going to make like a timeshare resort out of it. And I'm like, how much are they going to have to spend to dry it up, and put, I'm sure at some point they don't give a shit, but
Exactly. Yeah. It don't matter.
it's going to sink in 10 years, but they sure did. Like they bought all this flooded land and going to build like a Wyndham on it or whatever. And you could do that. You could go buy you some shitty ass land next to a prison, Joe.
I'd be, well, I don't want to buy it next to, my neighbors are pretty much along those fucking lines anyway. I'm already living that. But that's just, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like, I'm
That's
saving this money.
gentrifying.
I'm not doing any hobby.
Any
I'm just going to save this money so I could buy some
any
land.
that's how they gentrify a city is that, as so like right now, Nashville, the center of it's pretty hot, but that was all trash at one point.
Yeah.
And then these corporations come in and you start fixing up stuff and you make the area nice. The Gulch was trash 20 years ago. And now it's all this rich, condos and nice shops and all that. And then as the parts of the city decay, they come in there, they'll buy it up cheap, demolish it, and build brand new shiny stores. And so you watch, like in 30 years, the Gulch is going to be trash again, and it all starts over. And yeah, you just buy some land, Joe, and just say,
You just buy the whole city of Flint.
There you go.
It'll come back.
It will come back.
Maybe. It's been a shithole for 40 years now.
Yeah, but was it not? It was booming back in the day whenever GM was there.
Yeah, GM. Ford was there too.
Yeah.
It's like the
so
50s,
it was like
60s,
one of the
70s, and then the 80s hit, and then it started to decline, and then it's
Detroit was one of the richest towns in the world.
In the world, like top 3.
In the world.
Top 3. Top 3 richest cities in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I mean,
crazy.
And see, Detroit is making a comeback right now. So it'd be a perfect time to get in on Detroit.
Somewhat. I don't know. It's become like a hub for artists, but I don't know as far as like.
No, corporations probably not. But
yeah, production or something like that. And it's just, I think we just don't produce anything really anymore.
If your LLC is buying property, get something warmer. Go south.
Oh, okay.
So we can come stay.
Dude, I've always had a fascination with Pensacola. I've always wanted
to.
I like Pensacola a lot. I'd like to. And I was looking at property there before I moved back up here. It's like you could find, there was a little house down there for like $75,000, $80,000.
Yeah.
It's probably shitty, but either way,
You're close to the ocean. I'm
close
probably
enough.
You could
out of the hurricane trail usually.
Yeah.
Right along the coast too. Louisiana's right there. Georgia's right there. Mississippi, Arkansas. It would be bad, but it's
Alabama has a little strip of ocean.
Yeah. Orange Beach or whatever it
is.
Orange
Beach.
Yeah. I've been through there.
Well, you got Mobile, all that Bay, but I think all that's bought up. But just like whenever we go to Fort Walton, there's so much that's not developed. If you got Destin and Fort Walton, but if you go this way towards, is that Pensacola thing? It's the opposite of Destin, right? Pensacola's opposite of Destin.
I think.
So all that through there's a lot of undeveloped through there that's just waiting to be bought.
There's always a chance that whole fucking section of the country will fall into the ocean, though. But if that happens, it's we're in more trouble than losing.
Or you could be like
at that point.
Port Charles, Louisiana, that just keeps getting hit by hurricanes year after year after year.
Yeah,
Port Charles. Yeah,
I went through there after the hurricane in 2017. After it hit through.
Yeah, they've had a hurricane like every year.
Yeah.
For like 5 years.
Yeah.
God hates Port Charles. I don't know what kind of gay shit y'all got going on down there, but God don't like
They're doing
it.
too much sinning. I think it's just like clockwork. It's it's the same thing with like California. It's like, oh, California, the wildfires, it's on fire again. It's like
Oh
it's on
God.
fire every fucking year. What's the big deal?
Yeah, you
Get the
can't make
fuck
them
out of
happy.
there. Get
You
out of
cannot
there.
make you can't make them happy. We got a drought. Oh my God, we have no water, and now
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you got water, and you're bitching about it.
Oh.
Can't make y'all happy. Jeez.
Well, yeah, you live in the desert. Good job. You know what I mean? They sold you on moving out there. So it's not our fucking fault. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's on fire
It's so
again. So
fun.
yeah, it's on fire every fucking year. It's on fire every
Do you,
year. It's on fire at the same goddamn
do you,
time. Quit acting
do you know
surprised.
do you know why it catches on fire every year? Because they built houses out there in the mountains and stuff, and they won't let nature do its thing where it would come through and do a fire, clear all the brush out, clear all the dead shit, all the leaves, all that stuff like it's supposed to, like it's
Ah,
set up to do. And now you won't let it do it. It's going to catch on fire anyways. That's
yeah,
what it's designed to do. That's how the earth is made. It cleans itself and
yeah.
you won't let it. And so, yeah, you're going to have fires because you keep putting them out instead of letting it burn through there.
So they're just like pretty much stockpiling old twigs. They're just stockpiling kindling pretty much all year round, and then go, why is it on fire?
Yeah. That's part of my landscape. That's part of my yard. Well, you know what?
Too fucking
Lightning
bad.
loves it.
Too fucking.
Yeah. Santa Ana winds are gonna eat this shit up. It's gonna Yeah.
I'm gonna pee
It
real
is.
quick, Monty.
All right.
Give me 1 second. You can talk if you want. I'll be able to hear you.
I can
Just don't
talk.
talk bad.
I got me an X-Acto knife, Joe.
What do you have that for, Monty? What are you doing
I'll
with
tell
it?
you.
You okay?
I'll
You
tell
are you
you.
emotionally stable or no?
I tell you, Joe. I got it from my remote control truck. I got to put stickers on
You
it.
got some decals, do you?
I got decals, and they don't come pre-cut like they did in the olden days. You got to cut them out. So
I think
I
think you need to come
got
live
this
with me
little
for
sheet.
6 months so I can whip you into shape.
Got this little sheet and all these little pieces that I want to put on there.
No, Monty.
I have to cut those out
What the
and
hell's
put
wrong
on.
with you? What is wrong with you?
Well, what happened when they used to cut the shit out? Remember when we get stickers when we were kids and they would cut it out for us and you can peel out what you want. All this, you got to cut it. I got me a wood block here. A wood block. A little carving board.
I don't
And I sit
understand.
there.
I don't
I sit there
understand how a woman
with my
doesn't
tongue
get
out.
you.
And I sit there and cut these stickers out. And then I put them on my monster truck.
You play with trucks and play video games all day, and somehow you got a lady who's there. I work
Yeah.
all day, every day. I do the best I can out here. I'm doing push-ups nonstop, swinging my kettlebell. And for some fucking reason, I'm jerking off every goddamn night. What the
I'm
fuck?
working out. I'm still working out. I do that. Got her boy toys got to look good.
gotta earn that tuna fish sandwich, baby.
It's crazy. She don't say nothing. One day she will. I'm guess, but
It's
now she's
building
like,
up. It's building up till you fuck up real bad. When you
if
fuck
you
up
ask
real
her-
bad, then it's all gonna come out.
if you ask her, she's like, I don't give a shit what you do. All right. As long as I get my shit done, I pay my bills. She don't give a shit. Got to get my chores done. Got to pay my bills.
Yeah, you're like you're the lady.
I'm the lady.
Relationship, kinda, yeah. If this were the 50s or the 60s, you
I'm the one that's
you
home.
have a little apron on and
I get the laundry done. I get
Yeah, yeah.
get get the dishes done.
You're
She don't have to lift.
a modern
She don't have to
housewife.
lift. Well, that's true. She don't have to lift a finger when she gets home. She don't have to want for nothing. So
She wouldn't be lifting much anyway. She's little.
it's true. It's true. But
Well,
she can't hear us. She's got earbuds in. She's
okay.
watching TV. She's like, she said something about she can't hear me or what. I don't know. She
Yeah,
can't hear.
yeah, I heard your whole conversation when I was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You got earbuds on and you're watching the TV?
Yeah. She got it hooked up through the TV. Some kind of witchcraft. And we just saw that we can put our security cameras on the TV too. So
It's just all Bluetooth?
they're Wi-Fi.
What have you seen on your security cameras? Have you caught anybody out there in Tennessee where you're at?
Yeah, the fucking cat, dude. Crazy cat.
You're just watching your animals. That's what you're doing. I think we talked about that whenever you first got them. It's like no one's breaking into your shit. You just want to look at the dog when you're not at home.
But what if they do? I get to send it to Channel 5 and I'm like, look at this robbery that happened. And do you know this guy? You don't know. All it takes is one time.
That's true. I want to get a ring. I want to get a Ring doorbell and a gun.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next purchase. I got to get a gun.
You know what's fun about the cameras? And she does it, I do it. But she had done left for work and I come downstairs and she has a shirt on the dryer, on the washer for me to do. You know, that's my job. And it's covered in coffee. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And so I call her. I'm like, what happened to this shirt? She said, watch the camera and figure it out. So I had to go through the cameras and she's out there walking the dogs and it was frost and she slipped and fell, threw the coffee all over her. And so the other night I got like raging ass drunk on some moonshine. And then she wants to find out what time I come to bed and I have to take the dogs and walk them around because Sonny won't go up the basement steps, but she knows exactly what time I come to bed. She can just go watch the cameras and watch my drunk ass bounce all over the yard.
Yeah.
Trying to stay up.
It's not even for security. It's just a fucking baby camera. But
it's just us checking on each other.
Yeah. Why is the video of her slipping and falling not on the internet somewhere?
I don't know. It's funny as hell. Funny as hell.
That's a viral video.
Like, didn't even catch herself or nothing. Like hit straight to butt. Feet flew up. Coffee. Like it looked like she did it on purpose. Just that's the coffee. I'm not gonna tell that.
Put your earbuds back on.
It's for my peace of mind.
Yeah.
It's a viral video, Monty.
It does give you peace of mind. It does give you like, you know, that you got everything covered. If anything happens, you got it covered. It's a peace of mind. It's definitely, they're not that expensive either, you know, not anymore. Nothing's that, you can get all this electronic shit for nothing.
Yeah. It's
a peace of mind. It really is.
Electronics keep going down, but everything else keeps going up.
Yeah.
I think, did we
she
talk
got like
about
a
that
baby
last time about how like when I first bought a TV in 2007?
Yeah, we did. We talked about that.
It was like $800 and now it was $100, but then, you know, a pound of apples used to be 89 cents and now it's $3.29.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think there's any do you think that's by design?
I,
It's
I think
cheaper to be a drone of a human being than it is to live life.
produce, I think produce will always go up, right? Produce is so susceptible to frost and fire and all that stuff. Chickens, that stuff that's always going to go up. And but you can get a TV. You don't have to depend on a chicken to hatch a TV. That's
No.
put out by machines every day.
Well, slave labor.
And
Digging up all
so,
the precious metals that go into it.
yep.
Did you
But
see the video of that cobalt mine?
yeah, the kids out there
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that years ago. I watched something years ago about it because it was like a cartel that actually run it, and they get the kids from the village to work it, but they get all the money, or at least they get more of the money, and they give the village just enough, and then they sell it to the corporations who still even make probably more money off of it, however many times it changes hands. But it's almost a mafia. The one that I watched was like a mafia dudes that they got chain fence around the mine and stuff, and it's armed. They got like rifles and stuff. Is that what you watched?
No, this was like I think it was a guy who was on Joe Rogan's podcast who like somebody like snuck into one of those mines and was like it was like hidden camera or something like that. The idea was basically because cobalt is what goes into the batteries of all the electric cars and shit, which are supposed to be environmentally friendly and all this and that. But the damage that they're doing to the environment in order to get the cobalt and the damage that they're doing to the human beings obtaining the cobalt exceeds,
Yeah,
what you get out of it by driving a Tesla.
yeah, the cobalt is like it's a African.
Mm-hmm.
It's only in like the one little place on Earth, I think.
Yeah,
Is
yeah. It's like that movie Blood Diamond. Did you ever see that movie Blood Diamond with Leonardo
No, I know what
DiCaprio?
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing where it's like these just poor people just digging through, rocks and water, and they got armed guards, and it's like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? It's like, well, we're going to put a gun to your head and search your pockets real quick to make sure you're not stealing any of our diamonds.
I heard this that De Beers, so they own, and that's in Africa too. De Beers diamond mine, uh, that it's close to the beach or it's on the beach or whatever, and so they had a problem with people coming out there and combing the beach for diamonds that might have washed out of their mine or just been a part of how the diamonds got there or whatever. So De Beers went and just concreted the whole beach so people couldn't be out there diamond combing. And just, I don't know if it's true or not, but just like acres of beach, they just concreted it. So
So they were like, if we're not going to get the diamonds, nobody's going to get them.
they don't like people being around there, I guess, maybe, but they didn't like people being around their operation, whatever they're doing. They don't want you, yeah, they don't want you getting their diamonds that they didn't get. And just to keep people away from it.
That's wild.
But who knows if they're even finding anything on the beach? It's just because it was around the mine that people were trying to get like shrapnel diamonds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they just concrete it off, keep them away. Isn't that crazy?
That's bizarre.
That might not be true. I never like saw it. That's just what I've been told.
I mean, it probably is true. It's like, what's the didn't Edison like sabotage Tesla or something like that because he was going to cut in on his profits or some shit? And it's like, well, we're going to make
Yeah.
sure that we fuck this up for everybody so you don't cut into our shit. It's typical. It's business practice, you know. There's a fine line between being a good person and a good business person.
Yeah, and Edison didn't even like invent all that shit that, you know, they give him credit for, like the telegraph, I think, the phonograph, that record with a big cone. I think that was supposed to be light bulb. He didn't invent any of that. He had workers. He had workers that were doing it, and whenever they did something, they had to put the patent under Edison's name.
Yeah, that's the Bill Burr bit about Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like with Apple, it's like he wasn't making the cell phones and the laptops. He had a bunch of people around.
Yeah,
him
he's like,
going,
I want
every single song in that thing. Get on it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he gets all the credit for being a genius.
That's what Edison did. That's what Bill Gates, Gates probably did it too.
And
I don't know.
Probably Elon to a degree, you know, he's not making the fucking cars. He's not digging up the cobalt. He's just the guy with the ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. And deadlines.
Yeah. And an iron fist.
I hate to talk bad about Elon, but yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's the thing.
Business. It's business.
But that is the thing with any corporation, right? You, like, whenever they make cars, you get somebody that knows how to make glass, and you tell them, I want this glass and it's tricky. I want it curved or whatever. And there's a glass company that knows how to do it. And so that you contract them out. It's the way that the world works now. Yeah. Back in the day, Henry Ford did it all. He made the rubber. He had the woods for all the wood that he would need. He wanted all of it. He wanted to be in charge of all of it. But that's not the most efficient way to do it. If somebody's already doing tires, if Goodyear's already doing tires and they've mastered it, why not just let Goodyear have that instead of you going down to South America and ruining a bunch of people's lives by trying to grow a rubber farm that never worked? You know, he did that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Fordtopia or something like that's what he called it. And there was riots and shit. And he ruined like this section of South America trying to make these rubber trees. But so why that's not wrong. Like, if you're good at what you do and we both can get rich, if Tesla comes to you and, you know, you have some part that goes into the car that you can now all of a sudden sell millions of them because each car needs that, you know, you get rich, he gets rich, we're good.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the tire
especially
people
if it's
don't
something
know
that
too much either. You keep everything compartmentalized or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Then you keep the operation separate, so nobody knows exactly what's going on. That's a big thing with like Area 51 or whatever. When people were like,
yeah,
I've worked there or whatever. It was like, no, I worked on the tires, and all I know are the tires. So I don't really know what else was going on because I didn't have clearance to go in any other room than the tire room. So it's like I just made the tire. It could be for spaceships. It could be for aliens. Like, no, I don't know because I was just making tires my whole life.
My dad was a quality engineer, and McDonnell Douglas or one of those was his one of their clients, and he would come to the plant where they were making, and it would be government stuff, and he would have to, he would need to go in there and check the part. But every time he showed up, they would be like lawyers or executives, and there would be like a machine that followed them with a big flashing light. And all the workers knew if they saw that light that to cover up your sensitive shit. And so like the drawing boards and all that stuff, and everybody was just working on their one thing. You didn't go over there and work on his thing.
Yeah.
You stayed on your table and you worked on your shit. If you went over there and you couldn't do that. Can't go over there and talk to him. Can't ask him. But anyway, so if he asked to see like a blueprint it would have to go through 5 guys before it got to dad. And that's just them with markers marking out everything. And by the time that it got to him, he didn't even know what the fuck that he was looking at. Didn't know if it was to spec or whatever. You know, they just kind of got whatever they got free run or whatever. But, you know, it's a sensitivity issue. And you know, if you're dealing with military, we already know way too much. They should not be putting out shit that our military can do. You know, we don't need to be telling everything. And so I get some of that. You know, some of that should be self-governing, you know, and people you can never trust a self-governing thing to do right, but some shit's too sensitive. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that this guy didn't know what that guy was doing right next to him, and you wasn't allowed to ask him.
Yeah.
But that's what Bob Lazar was talking about, that he only knew that one little building that he worked at and didn't know what the next building was doing. So he, you know, you only know what you know.
Yeah, it's how things work, you know. And that's even with like the military stuff. It's like, you know, they put out a lot of information or whatever, but it's like, how much of that is, you know, because it's a chess game. How much of that is all like set up and go, oh, you know, we're trying to set somebody up, so we put out all this information, and then they think we're doing one thing, but really we're doing something else, this, that, and the other.
See, you look at things completely different than I do. All right.
Yeah. Well,
everything with you has a alternate meaning or underlining evil.
Yeah.
Or there's
not necessarily evil, but there's always something else going on. Nothing is ever what it seems. And anybody, especially coming from any government or corporate or any high functioning entity, is not there to provide you with information. They're there to provide you with enough information so you do what it is they want you to do, not to educate you. Nobody wants an educated population. That's not a good, people thinking for themselves doesn't help any government in any way, shape, or form. Not really, you know. And the few people that they do, they just hire them, pay them off, or take them to an island, have them fuck a kid on camera, and then they go, hey, we saw you fucking this kid on camera, so you better do what you're supposed to be doing. They compromise people. That's what it is. But you got a pure heart and a pure mind.
Dude, I think everything is face value, and everybody.
Yeah, I don't take anything at face value.
I know. I got it.
And I could be wrong. I could just be driving myself crazy thinking that way. You know, I could be, because the truth is nobody has any idea what's going on, except for the interdimensional demons that are currently occupying planet Earth.
Where are they at? In the core?
No, they're amongst us.
Oh,
they certainly are. Yeah, for sure.
Like we see them, or are they just?
Yeah.
They're just watching from.
No, they take the forms of human beings, and they, you know, they hold high positions of power in politics, in entertainment, in business, in banking. They're all demons.
Scarlett Johansson?
Oh, I don't know, man. Them titties are super nice, though, so I can't trust her completely.
I mean, if you're going to take a demon form, would she not be like the most... You're like, if I can take any form, I want it to be the most perfect. And that's her.
I don't know. Maybe.
She's the highest paid actor in the world right now. I saw it on the Today Show this morning.
For what?
Avengers shit.
Oh.
She's paid more than fucking Iron Man.
I almost went on a date with a lady, but she asked me if I preferred Avengers or X-Men. And I was like, I don't think I want to talk to you anymore.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm 35 years old. Do you think I have a preference on superheroes? First of all, I think I've seen one Avengers movie at my buddy's house, but I don't fucking Oh, what do you like? It's not that stupid shit. Don't you have a kid? You have a child and you're talking to me about this? Why don't you grow the fuck up?
That is, yeah. Yeah. I don't care how horny I was. If that's what she asked, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Or
5 or 6
do
years ago, I probably would have been singing a different. I probably would have came up with something.
maybe, okay, now you know her weakness. You put on a cape, you go in there, you put on a mask,
Nah.
whoever she likes.
Nah.
Maybe she likes Ant-Man.
Nah.
You put on a cape and a mask and you go in there and you get whatever you want. You you leave.
I could have. Again, a few years ago, I might have been singing a different tune, but no, you're asking me about superhero movies and which one do I prefer, and it's like neither. I got shit to do, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
That's so weird.
It is weird, ain't it?
Especially a girl, a mom.
A mom in her 30s too. It's like that's the first question you ask me.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Well,
again, I mean, it's if I had a hobby, maybe I could have. Maybe if that was my
she
hobby.
showed you. She did. She showed you her weakness right off the bat.
Yeah.
You knew how to get her every time.
Yeah.
Anytime you wanted. You could just send her a text if you wanted some. You feeling a little horny. Just send her a text. Say, I haven't seen them either, so I don't know what to say. But you go. Iron Man could so beat up Batman. You just find out which one she likes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Captain America could definitely beat up Wolverine. I know they're on different teams, right?
Yeah. Megatron would so fuck the shit out of Superman.
Megatron, that's fucking that's
Transformers,
dude. God.
We're still in this fantasy world.
I guess so. I asked her. I was gonna ask her about wrestling just to see if she had an answer. I was gonna be like, "Do you like NWO or NWO Wolfpack?" But I just didn't have it in me to even entertain her for a moment. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Wasting your time.
Wasting my fucking time raising an idiot kid. That's what you're doing. Good Lord. Go find a lady living in the woods somewhere.
Is that what you want?
I think so. Someone who's a little bit disconnected from all this shit that's going on in the world.
All hairy and stuff?
No, not necessarily, no. Well, it depends. If she just has hair for the sake of having hair, then sure, I'm okay with that. But when you have hair to prove a point, I don't like that.
Right.
When it's like a way to stand up against the patriarchy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's when I lose interest in that. It's like, I don't shave my pussy because men are evil. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Why don't you take a fucking shower, will you, please? I don't understand that aspect of the whole feminism thing is how smelling like a fucking garbage can is somehow standing up against the oppressive patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
That's
understand that.
the exact same thing as like that guy that set himself on fire in China or whatever back. Remember there was like some kind of protest.
In Vietnam? The Buddhist protest?
I don't know. He stood in front of a tank and he set himself on fire.
Oh, that was two different things. The Tiananmen Square guy was the guy who stood in front of the tank, and then there were the Buddhist protesters who set himself on fire. It was a cover of the Rage Against the Machine albums.
Yeah. What did that do? I mean,
made for a pretty cool album cover.
It's the same thing, though. A woman not shaving her pussy is the same as a Buddhist monk setting himself on fire.
I think the setting yourself on fire and not screaming, setting yourself on fire and sitting in complete silence while you burn to death is that carries a little bit more weight than not shaving your pussy because you don't like your dad.
you know what? If she don't shave her pussy and it sets my face on fire, who's the warrior?
You are. She's not going to tell you that, though. Oh, God. I think we've been going for about 2 hours. I think that's a good note to wind down on. The hairy pussy. Which one? What's the difference between a Buddhist monk setting himself on fire and a lady not shaving her pussy? Nothing. The woman's probably actually stronger, to be honest with you.
She probably is.
Her points are probably greater. What you got coming up, Monty? Give some people some plugs.
Shit, I don't even know, Joe.
Go to the creek and watch Monty drive his monster truck every afternoon.
Yeah, y'all come down. If you got a rock crawler, I'm looking for like-minded people, and we can get together and we can talk overdrive and gear ratios and brass knuckles and.
I'm looking for like-minded people.
I haven't found anybody yet. It's been cold, so I haven't met people.
Well, yeah, it's also something children do.
The bad thing is because the rock crawlers it's more technical. It's slow. They don't go fast. You can't jump them off. You can't jump them off a thing. You gotta pick a pile of rocks, and you got to figure out the best line to go up it, and you do it very slowly and methodically, and it's all grown dudes. Kids can't do that. They just want something they can just fucking run 50 miles an hour off of a ramp.
This is a much more
right
sophisticated remote control.
Don't want it to flip over and stuff. You can't, yeah. And that right there, if somebody saw that, I'm probably cheating with these big ass tires, because you want it to be more scaled down to what a real truck would be. The more scale, the better. And these right here are kind of oversized and stuff. So I'm already cheating, and some guys going, fuck yeah, that ain't a rock crawler. But these are legit Mickey Thompson tires that come off of they scaled them down from a big tire and made them small. It's fun, Joe. You would like it.
You just giving up on comedy? Is that what this means?
You know what? I've never sit there and drove that thing and had a frown on my face. I've never sit there and been like, oh, this remote control sucks. I've never done that. I'm always smiling, Joe, every time I drive it.
Well, it's new. Give it some time.
You're right.
There'll come a moment when you have this existential view. You'll be able to watch yourself driving the truck. You'll be outside of yourself looking down going, what the fuck am I doing with my life? It's 1 PM on a Tuesday. I got kids for
about right.
Sake, and I'm out here at a creek playing with a truck.
By myself.
I mean, listen, that's just, you're out in the woods.
You like the by yourself part. Yeah.
I do like that, because as soon as you said that, it's like, well, I guess that's kind of like hunting. You go out in the woods, you get a little peace and quiet, and you just sit in the woods and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. Maybe you're onto something, Monty. Maybe
the bubbling brook is very, the smells whenever you get down there. And it is relaxing, but whatever, Joe.
I support you. I love it. I'm going to come out.
You get a hobby so I can make fun of you.
I knew I need to do something. I got to get something going, because
Weber's got the drone. I don't know if that's a hobby or if he uses it a lot for his comedy.
Yeah, it's mainly just for like making promo videos. That's
pretty much He don't sit there and just fly it around for fun.
Not really. No, it's even in Arkansas. It's like we stopped at the club before, like when we got into town before we went to the hotel, and he's like, I just need like 10 minutes, got a couple of shots, packed it up, and
that was it?
Yeah. He's not fucking around with it. I've never really, he don't. It's all business, dude.
All right.
Maybe that truck can do you some, that's what I'm saying. Make videos with the truck if you're taping it.
Hey, you know what? I'm going I'm gonna live just a little bit longer because of that truck.
You could. It's making your
Taking
heart.
away the stress.
Yeah. Yep.
I
That's
don't
what it
think
is.
about nothing. I don't think about nothing whenever I got this little truck. I'm just trying not to flip it over, and trying, because a lot of times where I drive it, it's like down in a ditch, where there's some rocks and shit. And I'm like, if I flip this thing over and I have to climb down there and flip it back over, and that's all I'm doing is trying not to flip it over. I don't climb down this goddamn ditch. I'll send you pictures. There's one, it was like 10 feet down. It was like way down here in this it'd been washed out, And I'm like, man, if I flip this thing over and I have to climb down in this thing, and sure as fuck I did. I flipped it over and climbed down there and get it. But anyway. No, I haven't give up on comedy. I can do everything. I got it.
All right, I'm just making sure. I'm making sure you're not replacing it with your fucking monster truck driving.
No. But yeah, you got to get something else, kind of take your mind, something that makes you happy for a minute, It's only an hour a day, that's not. I don't want to talk about all the times that I'm online looking for the next thing I can buy for it, but
Yeah.
But usually if I take it and I drive it for an hour, I'm happy, That's good enough.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters at the end of the day, as long as it's making you happy and it's filling
By the time
with joy.
By the time I walk down to the creek, that takes about 15 minutes. Play with it for an hour. Walk back out of the creek. I've gone for an hour and a half. I've had sunshine and fresh air, and come back with a smile on my face. I don't know, dude. And then I can sit in here in Xbox and drink and smoke cigarettes and all night long and just ruin everything that I just did, health wise.
No, yeah, but your smile keeps getting bigger.
Dude at work said you're a giant kid.
To you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I told him about the truck.
Yeah.
He goes, you're just a giant kid.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And he said it, and I love it.
You never realized that before?
I know that I always wanted a high-end remote control, and we were too poor to have one. I never could get one as a kid. And now I can.
Now you're just swimming in extra money.
Well, no, but something I always wanted, and so I'm going to, there's something that you've always wanted. Didn't you ever want like a go-kart?
Not really. I've always wanted a
trampoline,
a championship belt. We had a trampoline growing up.
Okay.
I loved that thing. I remember when we first got it. It was in the summer, and like I was getting up at like 6:30 in the morning and just be out there just jumping on that thing all morning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was very
like I always wanted a four-wheeler. Mom would never buy me a four-wheeler. So maybe I'll buy that next. I don't know.
There you go. That's a real rock climber.
That is a real rock climber. That'll crush me, and I'll be dead.
Yeah, end up with at least
have a peg
paralyzed.
go through my temple, yeah, and be all, hey, Joe.
That's good. Hey, that's something the industry would love.
It is. The industry
would
would
push
love
it
that.
right to the top.
Yeah.
I go, something's finally wrong with him. We can market this.
we got something we can deal with.
You instantly become funnier. People love you when something's wrong with you.
Oh man.
End up in a wheelchair, maybe.
Well, we could talk on that long, but we've got to save it for the next time.
We'll save it. I'm going to stop. Thanks for doing the podcast again, Monty. I appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Joe.
All right.
Thanks.